We will now instantiate a series of plugins that are basic in any mixing situation. Having them be a part of your template is an amazing time saver. We select all audio tracks and submaster buses for the different families, and holding Shift and Option, we look for the Avid channel strip. I find this plugin to be a very good overall tool that provides fast access to filters, EQ, and dynamics processing, should it be needed. I also tend to use the Renaissance EQ 6 by Waves for my template sometimes, as it is very transparent and easy to use, but we can also use this one for now. Notice how now all the tracks have a channel strip plugin instantiated. Now a brief word on plugin craze. For this template that will be destined for mockups, some massaging of the sound is necessary, which is why I'll instantiate the NLS channel emulator by Waves, which provides a little bit of analog warmth. There are other manufacturers who offer analog warmth in the guise of tape emulators or channel strip emulators. These work well for mockups with fake computer sound which require beefing up. However, you will see that when we create the template for big orchestra and mockups, we won't be using this type of processing, as usually in orchestral recordings or recordings in general for live instruments, expensive analog gear has already been used, and the sound is already wide in stereo and frequency content. Adding these types of plugins is not advisable, and instead one should strive for a purist approach in mixing, unless of course there are hybrid elements in the session that require tweaking. I'll create a set of reverbs with Altiverb, using the same hall with different mic positions to emulate the sense of distance and positioning that a real orchestra in a real venue would have. Notice how the impulse responses display the distance at which they have been sampled and how they can be tweaked for space and length. I'll create a plate verb with a digital reverb, just for the sake of variety. For delays, I really like the H delay by Waves, but we'll stick to the factory standard in Pro Tools, which is also very good. For doublers, I also like the standard doublers Wave provides, but I'll be using the real ADT. For these types of creative effects, feel free to choose from your own preferred arsenal or the standard Pro Tools package. Next, I'll create a flanger and set the mix at 100% and open the stereo field. The doubler is used as a widener for the stereo field of the fake strings, and the flanger for very conservative use in the brass. Again, use effects wisely and never overdo it, and avoid this sort of trickery with live orchestral recordings. Strive for a purist mix. Now in the pre-master, I'll place the NLS bus, which receives audio from all the NLS channels I created earlier. This in essence is an emulation of a vintage console that provides the sound quality of different standard console sounds. I'll name the VCA groups by family and assign the channels to their VCA. Save your progress and let's continue to the next video.